You turn two people against each other. Let them fight it out. What the fuck does he care?
That's what we were saying. This whole game, Amber, like every single time that the key thing comes up, who are the two people sitting there that feel the most comfortable, never worried about anything? Eric and Jessica. And Jessica, just because, you know, she has no ties and no bitter thing about anybody.
God, I'm worried in this fucking house. And enough is enough. And Dustin needs to understand this.
I'm going to talk to him. Let me just talk to him.
I'm telling you, Jen and Kale, me and Danielle, we've been banging since the beginning, wanting to get each other out. Now he sees that's crumbled apart. He needs someone else to go at it.
Try to see you guys and me and Dustin.
Yeah. It's so fucking obvious.
I know.
We can't let this happen.
I know.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Dustin doesn't trust me. Dustin wants to put me up.
Dustin's mocking me in front of people, like making me...
He is fucking using Dustin, and Dustin doesn't even know what's going on. While Eric sits back feeling safe this week that he's not going to go home, and what's going to happen next week? If I get HOH, he's going up. If he gets HOH, I'm going up. What the fuck does he care? Because he's out of it again.
Yeah.
Enough of this shit. Seriously, enough is enough. Get this motherfucker out of here, and let's play the fucking game without this bullshit. He's setting up the same fucking scenario again. And as we're talking, I'm sitting here realizing what's going on 5 minutes
ago. The other day, and then he goes like this to me the other day, he goes, I go, yeah, I told you you have my vote, and he goes, well, I would think that you wouldn't swear on your daughter and then go against doing that. And I'm like, I would never.
Well,
once again, somebody uses my heart against me. I'm fucking over that.
You can tell him, I wouldn't think that you would use what
he used my heart against me with Nick, and he used my heart against me now with my daughter and with the fucking boyfriend thing.
Mm-hmm. He's a piece of shit.
I know. You know, what am I supposed to do on my daughter?
I know what you mean, and honestly, like...
It's so sickening for me to do that. It's so embarrassing. God.
I know, Amber. I really think that you should just talk to Eric, because, like, honestly, I think,
like, that's like.
But if you did that, not knowing what you were doing, I understand where you're coming from. But if you still went through and kept Eric in the house, and like, I think that would be so much worse than explaining it. That honestly, everyone, even your daughter, would understand where you're coming from. Even your daughter would respect you for doing that. Do you know what I mean? Because the other way around, you know that that's horrible for you to keep somebody in the house who's holding something like that over your head, and not just you, but to everybody else, and telling everybody else all this stuff. It's just,
I know.
You know what I mean. And Amber, you know how I feel about you. I've told you so many times.
I know, Danielle, but you doubted me that I would ever do that to Nick in the room.
But look where I'm coming from, Amber. Nick was the one person in this house who I could trust out of everybody. 100% I could trust Nick. 100% Nick was my best friend in the house. Who made me not trust him? Eric. Eric's going to make me. So if that one thing, and I wouldn't trust Nick, like, do you know where I'm coming from? It's just, sometimes you just get so much stuff where you don't know what to believe in. You know, like, I've told you so many times the things that Nick would tell me, and it just seemed like, why would you say that? That's like so who says that? Like, that's too good to be true that it would be like, how can I believe that? But it's because that's the kind of person that Nick is. But, you know, Eric would use all that against him too. The whole tetherball thing and everything.
Have you seen him on the tetherball? If that was one of our heads, I think that when he gets nominated, he's going to go crazy. We should walk in pairs.
And you know he wouldn't do that, Amber. You know that whole thing was because he was pissed off at me, and then he was thinking about things about his family at home. And he told me, too, he's like, you know, I have a punching bag at home, and that's what I do. So the tetherball.
Well, I said the same thing. I said, this guy is someone that has, when he's pissed off, he goes on the football field, and he can take out all of his aggression. And he doesn't have that anymore. So if he wants to go punch the fucking tetherball, let him go punch the fucking tetherball.
But it's just here in such a small, compact place with so many people around that it seems really awkward and uncomfortable
everything
for
is
people.
magnified in
Do you know
here.
what I mean?
Everything
so
is under a
things
goddamn microscope
just
in
seem
here.
different.
The thing with Dustin, seriously, 1 week truce.
Okay.
We'll talk. Point out what the fuck is going on. There is no more. Eric is freaking out because there is no more Kale, Jen, Danielle, Dick. Okay, so what did he need to do? He needed to get another pairing in order for him to sit back with a fucking beer and watch the shit go on while he's fucking safe again. Fuck that motherfucker. I told you from the beginning, who deserves to feel safe in this game? For one goddamn day. Nobody. He's felt safe from the time that Jen got the HOH. That's a long fucking time. I wish I could feel safe for that long. He's skated way too long, and he's used everyone in this house. He's a lying piece of shit.
I know.
Sorry, I keep saying the same thing.
I know all this. I've thought about everything you guys have told me. I've already realized by myself, sitting there, laying in bed, just thinking and dwelling on everything and realizing that everything he's done and why he's done it.
And realizing what a fool that you've been, what a fool that I've been, what a fool that she's been.
It sucks, and it's embarrassing.
Because I know that Jamaica gave Eric her word that she's going to keep him, and so I don't think, if I don't do it, you guys don't have the votes. And I'm telling you that, and that's the truth. Like, I'm going to vote to get rid of Eric. I'm going to go have a diary session and just, you know, apologize to God and stuff for swearing on my daughter.
Listen.
But, like, it's fine. I'm going to do it, but...
Amber, I don't believe
Because I'm telling you guys,
God.
if I don't, you guys don't. He's going to stay. If I vote to keep Eric, I'm telling you guys right now, I know for 110% Eric will be in this house. If you don't, you guys don't have 4 votes. I'm telling you that. You don't. So, if I don't do it, if I don't vote to get rid of Eric, he will be staying in this house and Kale's going home.
It's not just you guys, it's you too.
I'm just saying.
We'll be stuck with Eric, all of us. And his bullshit, and his lies, and his manipulation.
And it won't
And you can
stop.
see it happening right now with Dustin.
I know.
And Jessica.
Oh, God.
I know, bad.
Really bad.
Sad.
And especially because Jessica was the one. He was the first one, and Jessica was the second one that I came to with the whole thing. That when I realized everything, Jessica, when I was about to take a shower right after the HOH, Jessica was already in the shower, and I went up to her and started telling her things, and she's like, oh my God, like it all fits, like I can't believe this. And then we called her up there to the HOH, like after I got the room and talked to her. She felt so betrayed, so used. She's like, you guys have my vote, like, I can't, this sucks, I can't believe this.
Maybe she will then, but I can't see that.
No, not anymore,
Not
because
anymore.
Eric's been talking to her and won't leave her side. Because
Eric
he's
has
so
been
good
up
with
her ass
words.
ever since.
And that's why all of a sudden, like, I seriously, like, right now, and just don't chime in, but right now, like, I feel like Jessica hates me. She won't even look at me. In the ceremony thing, she was so pissed off. She's giving me all these dirty looks. Like, I have no problems with Jessica at all, and I don't understand, like, where this is coming from, except, obviously, you know, Eric and his thing. And, like, we thought that Jessica was way smarter than this, and we just don't understand what's going on, because she knows for a fact that he's a liar and that he's been using her too, and it just doesn't make sense.
Exactly. See, he got in her ear over the last few days, just like he has Dustin's.
Just like he did to all of us, and it's not going to
A
stop.
manipulator.
Yeah.
And that's what he does, and that's what he's doing. Me and Dustin were fine
I know.
up until a couple days ago, and I couldn't figure out
And then all
what
of a
the
sudden,
fuck happened.
well, not just you, then all of a sudden I'm brought into it when I have never, ever, ever done anything to Dustin. Ever.
It's because Eric, you guys. It was even weird with us for a day there. It was awkward with you guys. I was like, they hate me, and Eric's like, he was just like, that's because they know that. What did he say? That's because you're in here with me, and they know that they fucking lied and da-da-da-da. And I'm like,
But what have we lied about?
I sat there and I'm like, and anytime I do this, like if I dab, I'm like, what? I know that something's not sitting right in my stomach, and I'll be like, okay, that's not right. And that's why I came out in the kitchen and I started talking to you, and I'm like, what? I'm like, you like